Good evening, everyone. This is Centel Spotlight, and I'm your host, Dan Hogan. And tonight, as you can see, we're going to be featuring the Auburndale Bluegrass Festival, home of the Florida State Bluegrass Championship, sponsored by the Auburndale Sertoma Club. And it looks like an interesting program, so sit back, relax, kick off your shoes, and get ready to enjoy some good old bluegrass music. Right now we're talking with Jim Hammond. He's president of the Auburndale Sertoma Club, and we're at the Downtown Park in downtown Auburndale for the annual Bluegrass Festival. Tell me, if you will, what hours are involved in the event and how many days this event involves.
Well, Dan, it involves 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday we were open from 4 o'clock till midnight, and on Saturday we started this morning at 10 o'clock and we'll finish about midnight. And tomorrow we'll start at noon and go till about 4 o'clock. At that time, the announcement we made as to who the grand prize winner will be for the bands.
And speaking of bands, let's give a listen to one right now. Right now we're speaking with Carl Allen, the founder of it all here, and the first embarrassing question I've got for you is, how old are you?
66.
My goodness gracious. Now tell me where you were born, if you will.
About 2 blocks from where we're standing. I was born looking out into this park.
And you said, hey, someday I'm going to put on a bluegrass festival in that park. And how long have you been doing that? How many years has this event been going on?
This will be the 8th one I'm doing now. I started it off because I wanted to motivate business uptown. I was only going to do it 1 year, and I got the city fathers to help me, and everybody come in, and it just got better and better. And then 3 years ago, counting this, and I run on to the Tomas, and I found out I had a lot of good people to help me, and so now we're doing it this way.
Tell me a little bit of background about your restaurant here in Auburndale, if you will.
Well, I guess I have one of the only restaurants in Florida who serves nothing but Florida cracker foods. We serve the unusual, starting with catfish, rattlesnakes, armadillos, any type of seafoods, turtles, or any type of seafood that grows, we serve it. I tell everybody if it crawls, wiggles, moves, or walks in Florida, we serve it.
When do you have bluegrass music at your restaurant?
We have it every Thursday night. We have a jam session. It's free. We don't charge a thing to come in. And all the bluegrass people seem to want to go there to pick. It's a nice place. It's an atmosphere that everyone loves.
How many bands are performing at this year's event?
We've got about 12 or 14 coming in now. And we also we'll be running a fiddle, a mandolin, and a banjo contest along with this. This is Florida State Champion we're running.
What's involved in the prizes? What do these people win?
From $1,500 down, and they also win the plaque stating that they are the Florida's state champion, which gives them a lot of jobs, motivates jobs for them during the year.
What do you play yourself?
I don't play anything.
Isn't that something?
I'm too old to play anymore. I watch it now.
Do you sing?
No, my voice is not that good anymore. I'm getting to break, and I realize it. Good musicians know when it's time to quit. But you never get done loving it. I can listen at it all day, and I know when the boys make a mistake, when they don't, and it's fun. We go mostly, I like good sound. This is my sound system you hear, and I like good sound, and that's what most musicians look at. If you can't give them good sound, they don't want to play.
What about your column in the Lakeland Ledger the folks have been used to seeing? How long have you been writing that, and what inspired that, and what do you write about exactly?
I write a cracker column. It's on the crackers, on old-timers. I've been writing it, so it's them every week. It's a weekly column. It's syndicated, and I don't know where it goes. The Ledger, I sent it to them, which versified goes back to the New York Daily Times. And I write about the simple things in life. I write about a slingshot, a rubber gun, or a flapper, about a plow, about the cow and the chicken. I write about the simple things of life, the things that most people in my area lived with. You know, we were poor and didn't know it. Everybody was poor. And this is what made it so beautiful, and this is what gave me so much to write about. I'm right now writing a book. It's very good, and it's not a history. It's a different type book, and I have a lot of backing from them on that.
I imagine you do a lot of traveling, listening to bluegrass groups. Tell me a little bit about where you go and why you go and who you listen to when you do go.
Well, what we do, we get flyers sent to me. I go about any place where they're having a bluegrass show and I got a free weekend, I'm going to be there. I go because I love the music. I love to sit down. I love to pat my foot. I'm a true bluegrass lover, and I'm one of the hardcore bluegrass people who really loves to hear the music and listen to it. And I think that you'll find that we're very clannish. Most bluegrass people are clannish, and which makes it very interesting because we get along good together that way.
How many people show up at your event here in Auburndale?
We'll have probably between 30 and 35,000 today before it's over with.
Now, you've been blessed with good weather here. Has that always been the case in the 8 years of the event?
I've only had 1 year it was bad. We had rain on a Saturday and it quit right at a good time. All 8 of the others, 7 of the others, we've had beautiful weather, and that wasn't too bad. The Lord bless us there.
Has there been any unusual happening here in the 8 years of the event, like maybe someone forgetting to bring their instrument or something like that? Anything unusual or funny happen in your 8 years of history here?
Well, a musician may forget his pants, but he won't forget his instrument.
You wanna go down in the valley to pray. As I went down in the valley to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
Right now we're talking with Boots. And how long have you been associated with the group Dizzy Ramblers, Boots?
Since 1936 in Huntsville, Alabama. Well, we was originally started in Huntsville, Alabama in 1936.
Now, Carl Allen told me earlier that you came here in 1937 and wound up over here in a drugstore here in Auburndale. Tell me about playing in the drugstore.
Yeah, the old country drugstore right over here on the corner. And it was Dr. Hobby's drugstore. And we stood out there on the corner and played without a PA system, without anything. But let me tell you, all bunch of fans, they were there. And let me tell you, we had a ball.
Has a year gone by since then that you haven't been playing some sort of bluegrass music somewhere?
I play every day. If it ain't nothing just to get my guitar out and say, hey, 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 and put it back in.
Tell me the names of the other people in the Dizzy Ramblers, if you will.
Well, I got Carl Chambers. He's an Auburndale boy. He lives right over across town here. And his lovely wife, Nancy, she's perched over there resting. She's Auburndale. And we got Joe Spans on the 5-string banjo. He picks a galloping banjo, boy, let me tell you. And he's an Auburndale boy. And Irvin Eubanks, my brother, plays the mandolin. And he does a doggone good job on it. And he's also from Auburndale. So that makes us the Dizzy Ramblers of Auburndale.
Now, this Bluegrass Festival has been going on now for 8 years. Have you participated each and every year?
I got out of the hospital on Friday. I come down here and Carl wouldn't let me play but 2 tunes. He sat me on a stool, says, Boots, you will sit on a stool while you're picking it. And this was 6 years ago. And we've had it 8 years. This one is 8 years. And so I played it, every one of them. But I had to sit on the stool that 6 years ago. He wouldn't let me stand up.
How old are you, Boots?
65. December the 22nd, 19, and I ain't gonna tell you about that. I was 65.
Now, out of all the years you've been playing bluegrass music, have there been any funny experiences in any of these events that you may have experienced?
Son, every one that I play in is funny. I enjoy it, and I enjoy having this group with me, and we have a ball. When we get on the stage, we ain't up there in business. We up there for pleasure because we enjoy playing bluegrass and country music. We sure do. And I do a lot of them old Jimmy Rogers yodels, too. You didn't hear me do that, did you?
I can listen right now if you want to give us one.
No, I ain't got my guitar out. I got to have the other group behind.
And part of that group behind Boots are Carl and Nancy Chambers. And we asked Carl about some of the performers he's played with during his musical career.
Oh, I worked for almost 2 years with a group called the Bellamy Brothers. I played guitar for them, recorded with them. And since that time, I've more or less become a songwriter, I guess. I've written a song that Alabama made a #1 hit called Close Enough to Perfect, and right now I've got one that Ricky Skaggs is holding on to, and we're keeping our fingers crossed on that one because I would like to have that recorded also.
Now, is there an area of music that you enjoy best, whether it's actually playing or whether it's writing songs?
There's hardly anything that can compare with standing in front of a crowd. I enjoy playing for people, but I also enjoy studio work and writing, so I like it all.
Now, let me ask your wife here. I see you're expecting. When is the baby due?
In July 17th.
Well, I bet you're looking forward to that, and that will make a total of how many children for you?
5.
Is it tough here when Carl goes on the road, or doesn't he go on the road that much?
Well, for the past 3 years I've been with him. We've had a band of our own and we've traveled together. Before that,
It was tough.
it was tough, but that's just the way we lived, you know, so you just get used to it.